What a time to be Black, a woman, and a leader. We made it, ladies. So now what? I know a lot of us find ourselves asking this, so let's chat about it and get into it. Let me know if this sounds familiar. You did everything right. You got the degrees, the titles, the career, and possibly even the salaries of our grandmother's prayers and dreams. You are the one who made it, the one who broke through, perhaps maybe even one of the highest earners in your family, the first to cross thresholds that once seemed impossible. And yet, success has a strange aftertaste nobody prepared us for. Because somewhere between achieving everything and not having the time to enjoy much of it, you realized this isn't exactly how you thought it would be and feel. Welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Iman Hypolite, a holistic psychiatrist with over 20 years of experience, and I work with high-achieving Black women navigating high-functioning anxiety, high-functioning depression, and burnout. And I see this time and time again. Many of us have reached a point where climbing higher and getting that next promotion are no longer what motivates us. We now crave fulfillment, peace, ease, those intangible things, a life that doesn't require us to be on all the time. It's not because we've lost our ambition and drive. No. It's that the focus of our ambition, the aim of our ambition has pivoted, and we're just now waking up to the change in agenda that our nervous systems have been asking us for. We want to actually enjoy this life that we've worked so hard for. We've been so focused on duty. Many of us are trying to fathom what genuine and lasting joy even means and looks like at this stage in life. We've done all the things we were taught, told, and groomed to do. You learned early how to excel, how to be dependable, how to show up and look and play the part. What was never centered was how our inner lives would feel while trying to sustain all of this, and how it seems to always leave us wanting more. Listen, high achievement works. It gets us where we want and need to go. It creates access, options, financial security, that hard-earned seat at the table. But for many of us, it costs far more than we realize. It requires living in a constant state of readiness, always anticipating, always adjusting, always staying 10 steps ahead, always having to be at our best. And over time, that way of living gets embedded in our nervous systems. It becomes automatic, our baseline, both inside and outside of work. The cost of this way of life doesn't announce itself. It just accumulates quietly beneath the surface of every success until one day you realize the weight you've been carrying exceeds your capacity and was never meant to be borne alone, and definitely not for this long. Eventually, many of us hit a wall. We go from having it all and juggling it beautifully to feeling overwhelmed by what we would have previously considered the smallest thing. Maybe it's that dinner invitation decline because you can't imagine being on for one more hour of the day. Maybe it's sitting in the car, in the parking lot, before a meeting, bracing yourself. You already know how it's going to go. The same surface level strategizing, the same refusal to address the actual problem, and the same polite nods when you offer real solutions that you know they'll never implement. Your wisdom won't be valued, your advice won't be taken, your foresight won't be heeded. And you'll smile through it anyway, because that's what's expected and what you've been groomed to do. So you sit there gathering the energy to perform niceness one more time before you go into that meeting. Or maybe it's realizing you've been holding your breath through entire days without even noticing. Your body's so tense, so braced that relaxing feels utterly foreign and unsafe. The wall doesn't always look like collapse, especially for women like us. Sometimes it just looks like a Tuesday. Even the best of us reach our limits. Trust me, I know. You notice the wall and how hard it is to fully rest. You notice it in how your mind keeps running even when nothing is urgent. You notice it in how you can't get everything done in time to actually sleep a full night. You notice it in how drained you feel even after getting a full night's sleep, and how sincere enjoyment takes more effort and seems farther out of our reach than it used to, and how hard it is to respond with patience when one more thing gets added to your plate. You feel it in how life feels managed rather than lived. And at some point you realize something's got to give, and it can't keep being you. What I see in my work is not women who are lacking in any way. I see women who learned early in life to overfunction under pressure, women who built their entire identities around hyperfunctioning. And most of us have no idea how or even why to unlearn this way of life. But here's what I do know. It can be unlearned. I know because I've done it myself, And I help women just like us do it every day. You may find yourself thinking, dang, why is she calling me out and naming all of my business? Well, that's because I've lived this both personally and professionally. I spent over a decade burned out before I even knew what it was, before there was even vocabulary and a word for it. I then spent the next decade studying it to pull not only myself, but other women just like us out of it. And I've since perfected it. So the reason why this speaks to you is because I know this experience like the back of my hand. I've helped hundreds of women just like us overcome burnout, fatigue, overexhaustion, and overwhelm. My approach to help us trade in overfunctioning and overwhelm for peace and ease starts by looking at your whole picture, not just symptoms to fix, not just performance to optimize, but what's actually happening underneath. Together, we pay attention to the actual quality of your life. For example, are your days shaped more by stress than ease, more pressure than pleasure, more grind than rest? We listen to what your nervous system is telling us about safety, stability, peace, and ease, the things it's yearning for, and we let that guide your path to wellness. Together, we do a lot of redefining. Peace, ease, fulfillment, and alignment become the new markers for success. We find a softer, more sustainable way forward, and you're becoming the woman you're called to be, living the life you actually long for, not the one you were told you should pursue. So, this is your permission to stop performing success and to actually start living it, to choose ease without apology, to build a life that feels as good as it looks. Are you ready for that? If this resonates with you, and you want more strategy for an exploration of what genuine softer living actually looks like, follow, and subscribe here at Soft Life MD. And if you're ready to take additional steps necessary to live a life of fulfillment and joy, I also offer one-on-one support to help you define your path to ease. You can request a one-on-one consultation with me at drhypolite.com today. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now, lovelies.